Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cabral HouseCalls, the weekend edition of our Cabral Concept Show. So glad to have you here today. Can't wait to see what the community is asking in terms of their questions. All things, as you know, wellness, weight loss, weight gain, anti-aging, high performance health. So always exciting to see what is in store, what people are concerned about maybe this week. And my job is, as you know, to not provide any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, medical diagnosis, but to give you hopefully something even better. And that is to find the underlying root cause as to why these symptoms and dis-eases in the body may actually be coming up in the first place. All right, so let's dive right in. First question is from Kay. And Kay says, hi, Dr. Cabral. Thank you for all you and your team do. The content, products, and protocols you have put out have changed my life and so many of my clients. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you, Kay. Appreciate that. My question is in regards to pregnancy. Can a pregnant woman use the healthy gut support? Can they double up on their DNS shakes daily? Easy to digest and makes them feel great. What things can they do to help prevent thyroid decline other than eating a well-balanced diet and doing the daily foundational protocol level 3? Okay. Yeah, happy to help with this. So let's just take them one by one. Can a woman use the healthy gut support? Well, you know, it's interesting because a product name is just a product name. It's kind of semantics, right? So what does it mean? Well, what's inside of it is really what matters. So the ingredients are glutamine, N-acetylglucosamine, aloe vera, marshmallow root, and zinc. So I would have no issues with a woman using healthy gut support. Now, at the same time, if it's not needed, I wouldn't use it, right? So that's it. So typically I use healthy gut support about 2 to 3 bottles a year, kind of like once a quarter. I drop it into my program and I just put it in my shake, my DNS shake every morning. So I would have no issue with that. But again, if they don't need it, we don't necessarily use it. All right. Can they double up on their daily nutritional support shake? Although many people can, I actually don't recommend it during pregnancy. What I recommend is 1 daily nutritional support shake a day. And then I also recommend a 500 microgram methylfolate capsule, so they get more methylfolate. I recommend the daily omega-3 support. I recommend the daily probiotic support. And I recommend the vitamin D3. Okay, so those are the main ones that I recommend for women during pregnancy. Typically, after 30 weeks, they're going to add in an iron supplement. And they're going to do that because most women are functionally anemic by the time they get to 30 weeks. So those are the main things that I recommend. And others could be added as needed, but I'm very conservative with women and pregnancy. So I always go lower dose, meaning like I get obviously a good dose, but I don't go high dose on anything. How can they prevent thyroid decline? Well, most women won't have thyroid decline during pregnancy. However, they may have natural fluctuations that will course correct post-pregnancy. So we're not usually using daily thyroid support unless there is a call for that. And if needed, we can do that. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. And then, as you said, daily foundational protocol level 3, plus the vitamin D3, plus the methylfolate. And then, because you want to get to about 800 to 1,000 micrograms of methylfolate a day. And then the iron after 30 weeks or sooner if they've run their ferritin levels and they seem low. All right. Great question. And keep up the great work with your clients. Andrea's up next. Hi, doctor. Your podcast is life-changing. Thank you. Thanks, Andrea. What's your opinion on using Methylene Blue? My doctor suggested it to enhance mitochondrial health. Have you prescribed it? And if so, what are the side effects besides urinating blue? Thank you. Okay, it's a great question. So I've actually done a podcast on Methylene Blue before. It does have a lot of benefits. I just don't use it a lot in my practice. Now, I'm definitely not against it in the short term. So who might it be really great for in the short term? Well, you can actually use it during a cold or virus. Again, not providing any medical advice or medical treatment plans. You could, because it has antimicrobial effects. You could use it with low energy, low mitochondria as you're rebuilding your mitochondria. So low ATP production, because the difference is, so you build your mitochondria up through ATP precursors, like your vitamin B3, your call it like nicotinamide riboside or nicotinamide mononucleotide, other factors as well. Like I kind of go through the whole list. They're all in Cell Boost. So, it's probably easier to say like, if you just go to stephencabral.com/shop, click on Cell Boost. Again, you don't have to purchase the product, but just look at the ingredients. Those are all mitochondrial boosters. All right. That along with what's called Inflammasoothe, because like turmeric, curcumin, all those great things. All right. But when would you use Methylene Blue? So Methylene Blue actually does something for ATP production outside of the mitochondria, is that it donates electrons. So it actually gives your body, when you hear electrons, this doesn't have to be too crazy. It's just basically, it is electricity for the body that's going to help squelch inflammation and free radicals and enable you to produce more energy. So people will get cognitive benefits, energy benefits, mood benefits, and immune benefits. Now, it is not foundational to the human body, which is why it's not my first go-to or even in my first 20 nutritional supplements. But there's a time and place for almost every product. And so I would have no issues with someone using this, especially if they were like low on neurotransmitters. So again, there are side effects. I can't go through all of this here today. Some of the side effects is actually it can boost the excitatory neurotransmitters a little bit too much in people that are prone to that. The urinating blue or bluish green is kind of like no big deal because it's blue. It also has slight MAO effects as well. So, we just kind of have to watch for that. But yeah, it could be a great product. And so I just recommend people that you try it out for yourself, see if you enjoy it, and you maybe cycle it in and out of your program, as needed if you feel it's the right fit for you. I've used it before. I didn't feel like I was getting the benefits that I was looking for, nor did I necessarily love how I felt on it. But you have to understand is that just because I don't love it for me doesn't mean that I won't recommend it for others. And I will in certain scenarios. Okay. So just always want to let you know that as a practitioner, you can't just recommend a diet or exercise plan or nutritional supplements that works for you. You want to recommend it based on the individual, not yourself. And so that's always how I look at these things. All right. So again, if you're doing all the foundational base work and then you want to add on the Methylene Blue, yeah, I have no issues with that. All right, Bridget's up next. Bridget says, hi, I'm 67 years old, and it's only in the last year and a half that I've really been taking my health seriously. I'm just finishing up the 21-day Eco-Life detox, but already my body and mind are feeling so much better. But my question is this, have I waited too long to prevent aging diseases? And can I reverse the health of my body, or am I too late in the game to reverse and can only hope to minimize what may be coming down the road? Right now, I'm on no medications other than testosterone and estrogen, and I'm in good physical shape. Thanks. Oh, that's great. Yeah, this is a great question. Really great question. So, no, without a doubt, the human body and the organism itself is such a remarkable thing. It really is. Like it's unbelievable to me, and it never ceases to amaze me. And I guess that's going to allow me to stay interested in this field for, decades to come. I hope to be doing this for another 40 years plus. So, here's the thing. I've seen smokers stop smoking. And after 6 months, the transformation that can happen in their body is amazing. So what I recommend for you, Bridget, is you're doing exactly what you should. You start with the 21-day detox. If you haven't read The Rain Barrel Effect, please do. Just go to stephencabral.com/free book. It's free. I paid for the book to be printed. It's a little over $7. It's a little over $7 to have it shipped. You just pay for the shipping. That's it. So I can't recommend that enough because it'll start to walk you through the process. Because you start with the detox, but then you start to move into other things that are just overall great for life. Walking, sauna. Like we just start to ease into these things, right? Then we run something like the Big 5 lab tests. You find out your deficiencies. You find out your toxicities. And there's slowly but surely, we start to knock them all out. And we can do that, honestly. Nobody takes longer than a year. So literally within 12 months, everybody listening to this show can transform their health. So the Big 5, all of those things are available at stephencabral.com/shop. It's the Big 5 at-home lab tests. Anybody can run them ages 3 and up. All right. So no, you're right on track, Bridget. And I love to hear it. And it's amazing. 67 years old, no medication. No, you're doing great. So let's keep moving forward. Justine is up next. Justine says, Hi, Dr. Rawl. My eye color has darkened significantly since the day all of my GI, cognitive, mood, and hormone issues started. They used to be light blue, and now they're a dark gray-green. My GI map showed a large bacterial overgrowth, but my OAT test showed no bacteria or fungal overgrowth, even though my symptoms point to a clear fungal overgrowth, which includes systemic fungal infections. Last year, my symptoms got better. My eyes got brighter again. I then introduced probiotics, and they returned to the dark color. Therefore, I suspect it is due to dysbiosis or leaky gut, but I was wondering if you have ever seen this and what the cause of it is. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have seen this, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Meaning, like, respectfully, this is not a lot of doctors and practitioners be like, oh, it's all on your head. It's not. The brightness and clarity of the eyes actually hinge on 3 different mechanisms in the body. So when someone says to you, or you say that, yeah, my eyes seem a little bit more gray, believe it or not, there's a reason for that. And that is because when oxidative stress increases in the body and we have more inflammation, especially in those delicate capillaries in the eyes, it leads to poor circulation, which is going to lead to more dullness as well. And also, there can be a hydration of the eyes based issue, so more dry eyes. The last one, and this is a really big one, is actually lower antioxidants because of the oxidative stress and lower omega-3s. So like that's exactly what the research shows. Now, we can get deep on oxidative stress and all these things, but I will tell you that the oxidative stress, which is basically free radical buildup, can happen from anything. So it very well might be your GI issues or hormone imbalances for sure. So I definitely understand what you're saying. Just keep in mind that when you run the OAT test or the Candida metabolic and vitamins test, and it doesn't show up with high markers for yeast or fungal overgrowth or bacteria, it's often because there may not be a lot of leaky gut. There may not be a lot of increased permeability. But that doesn't mean, just like you alluded to, that you may not have gut dysbiosis. And that when you took the probiotic, it's not necessarily because the probiotic is bad for you, but you actually have what's called slow bowel motility. Now, again, I'm not giving you a diagnosis, but when someone has slow bowel motility, which means that the bowels don't move the bacteria, the food through as quickly as they should, it can actually start to build up bacteria. That bacteria then can create inflammation. So that could be what you're dealing with right now. And so a probiotic may not be best for you at this time, but maybe something like a fiber would be, or something to speed up that flow a little bit more. Digestive enzymes, maybe betaine HCl, ginger tea, alkalizing vitamin C in the morning, natural calming magnesium before bed. Those are all things that could kind of speed up that bowel motility. So that's where I would start. And the nice thing is that the brightness of the eyes will come back after reducing that oxidative stress. All right, let's get to one more question. Laura says, thank you for the podcast and the insight you share. I'm at my wit's end and really hope to get some answers from you. How do I get rid of roundworms? I've been dealing with intestinal roundworms for about 5 years now and just can't seem to get rid of them. I went to the doctor in 2020 and I got 2 pills of ivermectin that obviously didn't get rid of them. And since then, I've tried many herbal parasite cleanses, wormwood, black walnut, biocidin tinctures, etc. I don't know where to go from here. It's really discouraging and freaking me out to have these nasty creatures in my body. But what concerns me even more is that my daughter passed a couple worms back in 2019 too. And I'm so concerned that she's dealing with it still without us knowing any advice. Thanks so much. Okay. So I'm not giving medical advice or treatment plans. I have no issue with people using different types of anti-parasitic drugs, meaning pharmaceuticals, only because they are very safe for the majority of people and have been given out billions of times. And they literally, like ivermectin has won the Nobel Prize in medicine. So it's like, I don't really have an issue with that. Do I use them? No, I use more natural things. I use Artemisia. So just to let you know, I use the Parasite Protocol, which contains Artemisia, which is the wormwood, the black walnut, just like you're talking about. But the one thing that you may be missing, which would work with pharmaceutical and herbal, is a biofilm disruptor. So that could literally be the one thing that you are missing that's going to make the biggest difference. So I would look at that. We have a product called Flora Film, and you could take 2 upon waking and 2 before bed. And for a child, they could take 1 upon waking and 1 before bed. And what it does, it has to be taken away from food. It will go in and it will begin to dissolve the biofilm, which is where parasites can live and hide in and under. So if you're not able then to access these parasites, then you're not able to kill them in the same way. So that's what I recommend. And then a lot of people use that, and they use coffee enemas along with it, and they can get really great results. So exactly what we do is coffee enemas as needed. We use the Parasupport protocol at Equilife, which is at stephencabral.com/shop. We use, what did I just mention besides that? As part of that is the Florafilm, coffee enemas that I did mention. And there was one more thing. Oh, and then the foods. And those would be papaya seeds. It would be raw garlic, crushing a clove, swallowing that before bed as able. You don't have to, but all of these things are very anti-parasitic. Same with, what's the one that I'm looking at? Pumpkin seeds as well. Those are really great too. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, Laura. Thank you so much for writing into the show. Thank you everybody for your support. And I'll be back, of course, tomorrow answering more of our community's questions. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.